Now, moving on, the nuclear energy inquiry that's been set up by the government, is this a political risk for the coalition given the lack of detail that has been released so far?
I think it's more of a political risk for the government, Tim, because the industry, resource companies, engineering associations, the nuclear advocates, they are going to present information to the parliamentary inquiry. They've been waiting a long time for a forum of this kind. Parallel to that, Peter Dutton has said that the opposition will be releasing their costings, their detailed plans before Christmas. So I just wonder if the government has shot itself in the foot by giving the opposition and the pro-nuclear advocates a forum such as a parliamentary inquiry. I remain puzzled as to the tactics behind such a move.
Now, internationally, the United States, Joe Biden, it's been quite a week for the president. He pardoned his son, Hunter. He fell asleep on the job. What did you think of the pardoning of Hunter Biden?
It's a stain on his legacy, Tim, no question. And the Democrats and his own liberal supporters in the media have turned on him viciously, mostly because he promised in June he would not pardon his son, and even after the election stated he would not pardon Hunter. And so breaking his word seems to have been as big a crime as the actual pardon of a family member, because there are precedents for that. Jimmy Carter pardoned his brother. George Bush, Senior, pardoned a son. Bill Clinton pardoned a half-brother. Donald Trump pardoned his son-in-law's father, and so on. But it's the way the Democrats are meant to be more pure than the Republicans, and the hypocrisy and the deceit, feeding in also into the fact that Joe Biden, the Democrats, hid from everybody his declining capacity. So I'm afraid Joe Biden will be remembered for a very long time for his egregious pardoning of his son.
Look, a lot of people critical of Joe Biden have thought he's been asleep at the wheel for quite some time. We've seen his cognitive decline. It's a bit of an anecdote of where the Democrats are at the moment. We're going to look at that later in the show this morning about how they have to rebuild. They'll have an opportunity in a couple of years, of course, in the midterms, but they really have to start to look inwardly about where they go.
Yeah, agreed, Tim. That they need leadership regeneration, which Joe Biden, if he had kept to what everybody's expectations, that he would be a one-term transitional president post the trauma of the first Trump presidency, they would have got that. But unfortunately, he left it to the very last moment to be forced out of office by his own party, and left the Democrats with little choice but to endorse Kamala Harris, who most, if not all of them, had grave reservations about and would not have won the Democrat presidential nomination in her own right against a crowded field.
Peter, good to chat. We will do it again next week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thanks, Tim.